Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Doing another video before the 4th of July weekend in the States. So I just did a video in my one of my programs, MFYS, Membership for Your Soul. And I was sharing with them a huge epiphany that I had that I want to share with all of you. And then I want to get you thinking for this weekend, because what we're really going to focus on next week during the SASS experience is the period, the pause before the beginning of the chapter, because I keep writing about how I feel like a lot of people are in the abyss. One chapter's ended, the next chapter hasn't begun, and you're in the abyss in between, right? So this is a really beautiful place where we get to create magic. We get to decide what it is we truly want, what it is we really need, and then we get to create magic so that when we enter that door for our next chapter, we do it with clarity. We do it with purpose. We do it with connection. We do it with understanding exactly who we are and where we were setting out to go. Doesn't mean that we end up there, because where you end up is usually better than where you set out. So one of the epiphanies that I had, where I want you to play this weekend, is I've been doing a lot of transformational work on myself, especially this year. I went through a lot of difficult experiences, like many people. And, it was like grief and stuff, people passing, stuff like that, things happening. And I recognized that I needed support and I needed help. And I was like, I've got to get help because I can't do this on my own. And I'm pretty well supported from my spiritual team and friends and stuff. So I went and hired a therapist. I have a business coach. I have a tennis coach. I have a writing coach. I have different coaches. And it's been really, really great for me. And I've noticed that as I'm going through the mucky muck and the clouds and working through stuff, I'm still doing the work. No matter what emotional experience is happening inside of my body, I am doing the work, because I know that there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Something is going to click. This is mucky muck is happening because Spirit has got something greater for me that they want to unveil to me. They want to show me behind the door, there's something even better. So, I've been working through this stuff. I've been working on myself. I've been doing the SASS experience constantly in my life and applying all the pillars. And I've been having epiphanies, and I've been having moments where I hit the wall, and I've been having emotional experiences, and then epiphanies again. And I'm like, wow. And then I'm like, wait, I'm a little like, I don't know. Then I listen to something, or I throw some technique and tool at it, and I have another epiphany. So they've been waking me up with, when I say they, it's my guides. They have been waking me up with epiphanies too, which has been really quite incredible. And if you don't write them down, you don't always remember them. So lesson learned, Marilyn. So anyway, I woke up Monday morning and there was an epiphany message that came through. It was just like 3-4 words, and I can't remember the exact wording. I wish I wrote it down. But basically what they said is, you no longer need anybody's approval. You no longer need your family's approval. You are free to do whatever you desire. You're free to identify on your own terms. Identify yourself. So it was like the bondage of needing the approval from my family disappeared. It dissolved. Now, it didn't dissolve right away. I woke up with that thought, and I was still really grungy in my emotions. I was really like that. And I went to tennis, and I love my tennis coach. And she's like, how are you doing? And I'm very honest with her. And usually I'm honest anyway, but I was like, I'm still working through stuff, man. I don't know what this is. And it was uncomfortable. And then about 1-2 o'clock, it just lifted. It went away. And as I've been like living this week, like in this like clarity experience, I am just getting so powerful in my voice, in what I desire in my life, in what I'm not willing to take anymore, and what I'm willing to say yes to. I'm so super clear on who I want to work with, who I don't want to work with. And when I talk about working with, I'll explain that in a second, where I want to go, how I want my life to be. I build my business based on my lifestyle. I don't build a business to have a lifestyle. I build a lifestyle and then have a business that supports it. I'm always like that. So whether you want to build a business, or you just want a freedom, experience freedom in your life, or you want to be clear about where you want to go, or you want the courage to where you want to go, you want to feel really excited to do it, this place is the right place for you. SASS experience is the best place to be right now. And this conversation is such a timely conversation. So when I talk about who I want to serve, I got uber clear, especially yesterday, because I wrote customer avatar is what you write. When you're in business, you write your perfect person. You know, I'm not going to get into the specifics of marketing there. And I got really clear, like, I only want to serve those who want to help themselves, who understand the importance of investing in themselves, whether it's time, money, time and money, really, right? Because whether you're reading a book, listening to a podcast, walking in nature, meditating, or investing in a program, or investing in something that is a self-help program, it's both of them. So you recognize that you have to do the work, and then you invite in the teachings to help you to do the work. And the two of you meet on this path and you co-create together. And it's like, here's a tool, here's a technique. And you're like, woohoo, yeah, technique tool. I'm going to run with it. I'm changing my life. Even if it's mucky muck, I know that this tool technique is going to help. So I was like, those are the people I want to help. Those are the only people I want to help. And as an empath and as a healer and somebody who's been very sensitive to people their whole lives, I know you all can relate. This was a defining moment in my life this week, because I get messages from people who are in victimization. Oh, woe is me. Look, life is hard. I never said that once you become spiritual, you're riding the unicorn, hanging out with puppies, and riding the rainbows. What you do is you have the spiritual techniques to manage the rough road. You have the spiritual techniques to manage the bumpy road. So those people that are normally like this, and that, and this, and I'm a very compassionate person, but you can hear the difference. You can hear the difference from the person that says, I just got divorced. I'm really hurting, but I got to change this. I know it. You can hear it. You can hear it like, oh yeah, they want to do something about their situation. They know that they can do something. To the person who's, is he ever coming back? My life is never going to be the same. It's over. That's it. It's ended. It's done. I'm sorry if I'm insulting people, but this is a real conversation we need to have. That person doesn't really want the help. They want you to wave the magic wand, bring Joe Schmo back into the picture. And they think that's the answer. The external thing is not the answer. The externals shift when the internals change. So I'm not making fun of those people. Trust me. My heart goes out to them. My heart breaks actually, because I'm like, oh my God, you're brilliant. You're amazing. Don't you see that you're incredible? Don't you see there's so much more for you? That's me in that moment. But if they can't see it and they don't want to see it, or they're just stuck on the problem, any solution I show, it's not going to mean anything, because they're stuck on the solution of Joe Schmo coming back, and that's it. They don't realize that Joe Schmo has been cheating on them for 10 years. And Joe Schmo, the universe removed him because they were meant to be removed, and there's better solution. Those are the people I want to help. So do not take this conversation as me not wanting to have compassion. I have compassion. This is the conversation where I only want to help those who want to help themselves, because that is exciting. That's creative. That's phenomenal for me. That is where my life's work works. So we did a survey thing and people are answering, and I'm reading some of the responses and I'm like, oh. And then the old me is like, get in there. And the new me is like, no, they don't want it. And the new me sends some free resources and says, okay, here's some work, do it. Do it. And then the other people that are like, yeah, I'm kind of uncomfortable. I don't know what I want, but I'm ready. Those are the people I'm like, come on in. I invite you in. Let's sit at this friggin' table. Let's have this conversation. Let's get your life happening. Let's get it on target. People are like, am I on the wrong path? You're never on the friggin' wrong path. You're just making the wrong decisions on that path. Get clear. So my question to all of you, and what we're going to be doing in the SASS experience, is discussing the abyss in between, right? We're going to play there. But what we're going to do in the abyss is we're going to create magic. We're going to create the masterpiece of your vision. You know, you may not get it all because it's a week-long journey, right? But you're going to get some really good ahas. And then you're going to be like, door number one, door number, I'm going to go that door. It's closed, but I know there's something magical behind it. or this door has been open, I'm ready to go, whatever it is. And you're going to go through that door. So here's my question to all of you. What I would like you to contemplate and think about before we get started. Where do you need, oh, I didn't tell you the approval thing. So not needing the family's approval has been a domino effect to everything in my life, even to feeling bondage around finances, to feeling bondage around saying no. Yesterday, I walked off a tennis court because I didn't like what was going down. And I was like, see ya, I'm going because I count. I matter. My time matters. I'm not going to get into the story because it's not worth it. So where do you need freedom in your life? And are you committed to that freedom? Are you committed to making that happen? So I want to know. I want to hear from all of you so that I can respond. But it's a holiday weekend, so we're going to be in and out. We're starting on Tuesday, so we're going to be in and out. But where do you need freedom in your life? Freedom from thoughts, freedom from attachments. It's usually always thought, which I talked about yesterday in here. But freedom from what? Relationship, money, worries, scarcity thinking, fear, anxiety. Where do you need freedom? And are you committed to creating that freedom in your life? All right, guys. Super excited that you all joined the SASS experience. And I can't wait to play with you as we create magic in the abyss. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.